Okay. So yesterday I have discussed some basics of biology and as well as Mendelian genetics. So now today I'll discuss few questions regarding this Mendelian genetics. So I will ask one by one. Please tell me the answer. If there will be any problem, I will discuss. Okay. So the first question is the tendency. Basically, in ARS, in NET examination or ARS prelims examination, only the only few question 10 to 15 questions basically are there from the statistical genetics part. So suppose one or two question from Mendelian genetics, one or two from population genetics. Likewise, we will see that few questions of Mendelian genetics today on the basis of this. Okay, so the first question is the tendency of an offspring of to resemble its parent. It is known as, okay, some just a minute. So tell me what will be the suitable answer for this. The tendency of an offspring to resemble its parents is known as. You can speak. Actually, I am not seeing your chat box, so you can speak. But it is not a inheritance. It will be heredity. The tendency of an offspring to resemble its parent, because offspring offspring is have getting the hereditary material from parents. So this is known as heredity. This will not be inheritance. Okay, second question is who is known as the father of genetics?
B. Mendel.
Okay, so this simple question will come. Just a minute, someone is trying to join. So this will be Mendel. The alternate form of a gene is known as
Allele.
allele. And who gave this term allele to gene? Who gave term that?
Johnson.
Johnson, exactly. So the next question is the genotypic ratio of a monohybrid cross is
1:2:1.
1:2:1.
right. And what will be the phenotypic ratio?
3:1, sir.
3:1.
Exactly. That will be 3:1. Now the crossing of F1 to either of its parents is known as
Back cross.
Back cross.
back cross. It will be a back cross. But what is the test
Back
cross?
cross.
F1 and recessive.
Recessive gene.
F1 with recessive parents. Okay, next is which of the following statements is true regarding the law of segregation? This is first law of Mendel, and what will be the true regarding this law of segregation? First option is law of segregation is law of purity of genes. Alleles separates from each other during the gametogenesis. Segregation of factors is due to segregation of chromosomes during meiosis. So in meiosis process, the segregation of chromosomes happened. Like suppose this is a chromosome, and the segregation of in after meiosis, some segregation of the chromosomes happened. So what will be the appropriate answer here?
All the above.
All the above, right? So because law of segregation is totally telling about the purity of genes. It means that it is segregating independently from one generation, parent generation to offspring, and alleles separate from each other during the gametogenesis. And third is also an appropriate. Now, next question is homozygosity and heterozygosity of an individual can be determined by. Suppose I don't know that which type of parent is there, but I know the offspring are all heterozygous or all homozygous. Okay, then what is the test? I earlier in last yesterday's class I told you
The backcross.
it will be test cross. See, I have shown one example with the diagram that if our parents are with having unknown genotypes, okay, and the offspring is giving to us. So by seeing offspring, we can assume that our parents should be heterozygous or homozygous. That will be a test cross. Now, next question is an exception of to Mendel's law is what?
Linkage.
Linkage. Now tell me what is a linkage?
Tendency of genes to remain together generation to generation.
Exactly. So this is the tendency of genes to remain together. Tendency of genes to remain together. But in Mendel's law, we study the segregation, we study independent assortment. Okay, we are not going to study linkage in Mendelian genetics. Remember this thing. This is an important question. Next, the smallest unit of genetic material which produce a phenotypic effect on mutation is smallest unit which produce some mutation. What is that? Some smallest unit of genetic material.
Newton.
Exactly. Now you search that what is recon in Google and you get the answer of what is recon. Recon is also a genetic material and it will do something. You just check it. Now what is alleles are what?
Alternative form of a gene.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't get any notifications sir here. Just a minute. Now I got sir. Mr. Rakesh, please mute your mic. Okay, so just a few students have joined. I'll again start that I am discussing some question regarding Mendelian genetics, and only basics question happened that tendency of an offspring to resemble its parents. It is known as heredity. Then who is the father of genetics? It is Mendel. The alternative form of the gene is allele, and this term is given by Johnson. The genotypic ratio of monohybrid cross is 1 is to 2 is to 1. Because how? Because see, this is suppose this is our parents dominant, and this is our another parent that is recessive. So we will get the f1 like this, and after selfing we will get four type of parent offspring. See, this is the four type, and 1 is to 2 is to 1 will be the genotypic ratio. Then all three will be our dominant type. So 3 is to 1 will be a phenotype. Now, next question was the crossing of F1 to either of its parents is known as back cross, and if the F1 with recessive parents, it will be a test cross. Next question was which of the following statement is true regarding the law of segregation? So it is all of the above. All the options are suitable for the law of segregation, justifying the law of segregation. Now, next was the homozygosity and heterozygosity of an individual can be determined by. Don't get confused in back cross here, because whenever we want to suppose one parent is unknown, suppose this one parent is having unknown genotype, then we will cross with only recessive type, small y, then and then only we can get get the information regarding this unknown parent's genotype, and offspring will be there. So on the basis of offspring we can say that this will be a homozygous parent or heterozygous parent. Okay, so this will be a test cross. Now the exception of Mendel's law is linkage. And what is linkage? Somebody told that tendency of genes to remain together. So basically in Mendel's law, we study segregation, independent assortment. But segregation is what? It, in during the meiosis, all the genes will segregate from one generation to another generation, but there will be no linkage. But sometimes the tendency of genes are like that, they will have link together. So this will be linkage. We will study in linkage estimation and linkage and detection of linkage later on. Then next question was the smallest unit of the genetic material which produces a phenotypic effect on mutation, that is muton. Just like recon is also there, so I told you just search it on Google and see what is the purpose of recon. Now, what are the alleles? It is an alternative form of the genes. Okay. Now, next question is, if a plant with genotype capital A, capital V, small v means it is a dihybrid type of cross, is self-fertilized. The probability of getting capital A, capital V genotype will be. Now here it is written that A and B are not linked. It means linkage is not there. Now what will be the answer? If I cross A, I am doing selfing. So what will be the gametes here? Gametes will be AV, A small a capital V, and a small v. Just like we'll write here also, capital A capital V, a small a capital V, and a small v. So our our resultant outcome is AABB. So desired. So this is my desired probability. I want to means we want to check the probability of this. So what will be the probability?
1/16. So
1 by 16, because total 16 cases will be there and only one favorable cases are there. So the Tanuj sir discussed that what is the probability of an event. So probability of an event is just number of favorable cases
divided by number of exhaustive cases.
exactly. So number of favorable cases and divided by total number of exhaustive cases. So number of favorable cases are here only one, because we will get only one this type of genotype only one, and total number of cases are 16. So the probability will be 1 by 16. So this type of question will be on means I told you different genotypes will be there. So in exam they can ask any type of set the tell the probability of AABB. So what will be the probability? I told you this diagonal will be AABB. So how many favorable cases will be there?
4 by 16. 1 by
Four.
4.
4 by
Four.
6.
So four favorable cases. So the probability will be 4 by 16. So I
1 by
can say
4.
1 by 4. Okay. So with this checkerboard, with this Punnett square, we can get different questions. Are you getting? Now, next question is the geometrical device that helps to find out the possible combination of male and female gametes. It is known as
Punnett square.
Punnett
Punnett
square.
square.
And other name is
Um,
Checkerboard.
checkerboard. Okay. Now the next is very easy question. Phenotype refers to the
Actual physical appearance.
actual physical appearance of an individual. And what is this genetic makeup? Genetic makeup.
Genotype.
This
Genotype.
is this is genotype. Now, next question is after cross fertilization of true breeding tall and dwarf parents or dwarf plants, the F1 generation was self-fertilized. The resultant plant have the genotype in ratio
1 to 1.
1:1 is 2:1 is in two options.
First option is
First
correct.
one.
First option, homozygous tall, heterozygous tall, and dwarf.
Exactly. So actually in question, don't afraid that this is a lengthy question. What will be the answer? Just read. You will get the answer easily. If you have clear concepts. Then which of the following characteristic of pea plants was not used by Mendel in the experiment?
Pod
Flower
length.
position.
Pod length.
Pod length.
Pod length.
Pod
Exactly.
length.
So what was the seven characters?
Seed shape, seed color, flower position, or
Pod
So
shape, pod color.
flower color. So there are two characters of flowers. Just you remember just like that, flower color and position. Second one, plant height was plant height was there, and seed, two characters was of seed, that is seed color and seed shape,
Shape.
and two characters of pod, that is pod color and shape. So color and shape is having two, seed and pod, and flower color position, and the remaining one is plant height. So apart from all these seven characters, that it is not studied by Mendel. Okay. Now next question is Mendel took how many contrasting character of pea plant? Seven. Simple question. Now, if both the genotype and phenotype show the same ratio, 1:2:1 in F2 generation, it is the example of
Incomplete dominance in monohybrid cross.
exactly. How come? Can anybody tell?
If you cross red and white color flowers, we
Okay.
get one red color and two pink colors, and one is white color, sir.
So that will be 1:2:1 in genotype as well as phenotype. Okay. Now, next question, test cross is a simple question.
number D.
F1 hybrid.
Option number D.
Cross between F1 hybrid and recessive homozygote. Now, next is lack of independent assortment of two genes is due to.
Linkage, sir.
Which
Yes, exactly. So the linkage is an important topic. After that, linkage will stop to linkage will stop for the independent assortment, because some genes have the tendency to link together in next generation. Now, next important question is how many different type of gametes are produced by an individual having the genotype this? Capital A, capital B, small v, capital C, capital D, small d, capital E, small e.
16.
16. What? 1 6 16.
How come?
16.
2
2
power
raised
4.
to 4.
2 power
2 raised to
4.
4.
Okay, ma'am.
1, 2, 3, 4. We will not consider C. So
C.
2 to the power 4
4 is equal to 16.
will be the different type of gametes.
Gametes.
That will be 16. Okay. Then in this question, if I ask that how number of phenotypes,
Same 16.
same
Same,
16,
sir.
16.
and number of genotypes
3 power 4.
3 to the power 4, and similarly number of zygotes will be 4 to the power 4. Okay.
Okay.
So this we have to remember that we have to only consider heterozygous one. Okay. Somebody is talking in between. Now, next question is an individual has 4 heterozygotes loci, then what will be the total number of different genotype produced in F2?
What is the meaning of loci?
Same, this we are considering, suppose this is homozygous. So this is homozygous locus because on one gene, suppose this is, I am telling, this is our chromosome. So here A loci will be there, and again on second one, this capital A will be there. Or if this is heterozygote, then this there will be A and there will be small a. So this is heterozygous.
81.
How many? So,
81.
so n is our what? 4. So the number of genotypes will be 3 to the
3
power
power
n.
4.
3 to the power 4. That will be
81.
81. Okay, so this type of question can come in the exam. Now next question is, in a tri-hybrid cross, what will be the minimum size of a perfect F2 population? Tri-hybrid
64.
64. How come? Tri-hybrid cross is n is equal to, n is what in tri-hybrid cross?
3.
3.
3.
So, and perfect size of a perfect population means what we are asking?
Number of zygotes.
Number of
Number
zygotes.
of zygotes, exactly. So number of zygotes, it will be 3 to the power, sorry, 4 to the
4 to the power 3.
4 to the power 3, that will be 64. Now next is an F1 hybrid with genotype AA, B, capital A, capital B, small v, capital C, small c, capital D, small d, will produce how many different type of gametes? So n is equal to 4, number of
16.
gametes will be
16.
2 to
16.
the
1
power
6.
4, that will be 16.
16.
Now next question is, a normal girl married to a normal male. Out of their 4 children, one child had a recessive genetic disease. What are the genotype of that child? Tell me. You get the question. A normal girl married to a normal male. Out of their 4 children, one child has a recessive genetic disease. Which are the gene? Please mute. Whenever I'll ask, you just unmute. Saranya, please mute. Okay. So a normal girl married to a normal male. Out of there are four children, one child had a recessive genetic disease, then what are the genotypes of two parents for a gene A which is responsible for disease?
Option D, sir.
Option D. So if I explain, option D is right correct answer. So see, simply here, see just here, if we cross capital A, capital A, capital A, small a. So the here the gametes of first parent will be capital A, and here the two gametes will be there, and we will get capital A, and capital A, small a. Only two offsprings are there in this case. So this is wrong. Similarly, capital A, small a. So the gametes will be A and small a. So the offspring is only one type, that is capital A, small a. Third option is capital A. This is also wrong. So capital A, small a, small a, small a. So here I will get two types of gamete, that is capital A, small a, and here only one gamete, that is small a. So the offspring is capital A, small a, and small a, but there are only two offspring. In this case, capital A, small a, capital A, small a. So there two gametes will be there, capital A, small a, here capital A, small a. Okay, so the cross will be capital A, capital A, capital A, small a, capital A, small a, and small a, small a. So this fourth one of the child has the recessive genetic disease. So this child will have recessive disease. Okay. Any doubt?
Sir,
So
please repeat this question.
if a normal girl married to a normal male, okay, out of four children, one child had a recessive genetic disease. Some disease is there. What are the genotypes of two parents? Now we have to check what is the uh, genotype of two parents which is responsible for the disease. Now I checked all the three options, but here in first case only two offsprings are there. In second case only one type of offspring is there, and in third case only two are there. But in see the fourth option is having four offspring and one is having recessive. See this small a is recessive. So this child will have the disease, and the parent's genotype will be heterozygotes. So we can say that if the two normal parents are there and both are heterozygotes, and their small a gene is there that is responsible for some disease, and this will appear in fourth offspring. Okay, get
Okay,
it?
sir. Yes, sir.
Now next question is 4 o'clock, that is Mirabilis jalava plant bearing red color flowered were crossed with those having white flower were crossed, and plants with pink flowers were obtained in F1, which will be the phenotypic ratio in F2 generation.
Okay.
Option C.
Number C. One
Option
red,
C.
two pink, and one white.
Exactly. That's why it is asking here phenotypic. If I ask genotype,
Genotype is also
Both are same, sir.
Same, sir.
Genotype
yes,
also 1 is
because
2 is to
this
1.
is showing incomplete dominance.
dominant.
Now, next question is, imagine that you are a rabbit breeder with two pure breed rabbits, a male with black fur and a female with tan fur. These are the type of furs, black and tan. When you cross your rabbits, all the kids means that baby rabbits have tan fur. Baby rabbits having tan fur. Which trait is dominant and which is recessive?
Tan is dominant and black is
Option
recessive.
number B.
Option
B.
B, exactly. So how this 10 is dominant?
By test cross.
Because we are see our male is black fur. So suppose I am writing capital that small v because it is not a dominant. I'm just writing, and this is 10 for. So capital T will be there, and capital T small b will be there. So this will be 10 because this is dominant. Then and then only it will come 10 it will come, the baby rabbits will come 10 with 10 for. Okay, so 10 for will be the dominant, and white, sorry, this will be white, while 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 the black fur is recessive. Now next question is, which statement best describe the relationship between genotype and phenotype?
Option C.
Option
Option C.
Genotypes determines phenotype, but the with the influence of, exactly. So I told you that this is the equation that P is equal to G plus E. So phenotype is the result of genotype plus its environment effect. Okay. So any doubt in all these 27 sample questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So I hope you all get the Mendelian genetics now. Okay. So we'll start another topic. Just a minute. I will share another screen. Wait for a minute.